So if you haven't guessed, today I'm going through the chipper. I'm looking at the blades, how sharp they are, the tolerances for the bed knife and the blades and everything else. One of the books that I got with this machine was the illustrated parts manual. I'll give you a little idea what's inside this book. Every piece and the name to it, all the way down to this little piece right here, which is, what do they call it, a blade gauge. And that tells you, you set that on the drum when you're replacing the blade, and it lets you set the same depth of the blade all the way across it. So I had no idea what that little piece was for until I saw the picture of it in the book. Without this, and at 1977, this thing's old. I mean, I'm kind of lucky to have found somebody that still has all these books and everything with it. So I'm just kind of going through, familiarizing myself with it. These blades are kind of dull. I've got a better set in there. I started to file them down, and I started reading through the instruction manual. And you can't really file them down. You can file them, but it's not going to be the right angle unless you're filing that whole angle. So what I really need is a belt sander with a table to it, so that I can set the angle of that to 35 degrees and then run the blade across the belt sander to keep that 35-degree angle. But I can't change the blades anyways because I don't have the right Allen wrench for the bolts that hold the blades in. So I'll have to run down to town sometime. We're heading into town this weekend. I'll stop by the hardware store or someplace and pick up the right size Allen wrenches for this piece of equipment. I'm gonna get some bolts and put this cover on here, cover these belts. It's kind of worrisome for me, even without my kids being around. These belts spin pretty fast, and controls and everything are right here. Leaves you pretty close to these belts. I don't want to lose a finger or any more at that point. Put the chute back together and run another log through it, or branch, and see what size chips come out. He had it set pretty wide, so the bigger chips, I mean, some of those chips are 3/8 inch thick. They're pretty wide, pretty thick chips. So I want my chips to be a little bit thinner. And well, let's get it put back together and see what I've done. So a simple adjustment on the machine, and you go from getting chips like this, really big, thick, I'd say almost 3/8 of an inch thick, to getting chips like this, nice, thin, small chips that they're going to compost a lot faster. So next thing I'll do to the machine is swap out the blades, but I need to get a set of Allen wrenches, a set of standard Allen wrenches for that. Metric Allen wrenches won't fit this machine, so a little bit too old for that. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed a little fun day at the farm, whatever you want to call it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, go make something.